Hey y'all, welcome to my local flavor kitchen right here in beautiful Branson, Missouri. It has been a minute since we have made a video for you. We've been so busy. End of the year has been crazy. And right now we are closed here at Local Flavor until the 19th, which is Friday. So it is bitterly cold here in Branson. We just went to the store a while ago and the wind was so cold. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, but we've had a good year and we're getting ready to start our 24 season, which will be our 4th season.
Yes.
And this is my honey, Greg, and he's going to help me today. And today we are going to make 2 good things. So This is where it all began. You know that?
The beans and cornbread?
The beans and cornbread.
That's right.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make the best pot of beans ever that you've ever had, and we're going to make pineapple upside down cake to go with it. So the first thing you want to do, now I'm going to make a huge pot, so you probably don't want to make as much as me, but usually I do it in a crock pot. You can do it in a crock pot or you can do it on the stove, very, very low heat for several hours. So the first thing you want to do is get your beans and rinse them. So I have, gosh, a lot of beans. I mean,
was that like a 10-pound bag or?
This is not I dug these out of a 50-pound bag. I have a 50-pound bag of beans about that tall. So I put several scoops of beans in here. So just however many people you want to feed, if you want to make a great big pot of them, and then just take them around to your neighbors. They will love you. All of your loved ones will love you for this. So this is the first meal.
Even people that don't like beans,
right?
Like these,
right?
Because it's more like, okay, I'm a meatitarian. I gotta have meat with every meal.
Yes,
I know that's weird, but
you do.
It's just odd to have something without meat. And this has almost as much meat as it does.
Yes, ham and beans.
So it's like a complete meal.
Yes.
Where if it was just beans, I would have to have it like on the side of something with meat in it.
Most people, when I say beans, are like, yeah, but I'm like, well, you haven't had my beans. Yeah. So the first thing you want to do is take your beans and you want to rinse them. And I mean rinse them really good because beans are dirty. They are dirty.
Sometimes, well, when I was a kid, Mom would pick the rocks out of them.
Yeah, so I put them in a pan, in a big bowl, and I soak them for a little while and these will soak up all the water, and I just keep pouring water over them and then just letting them keep soaking it up. And then I rinse them very good, like 2 or 3 times I keep rinsing them because they're so dirty. They have little rocks in them and little clots of dirt, so you have to be really careful and get them really clean.
Now, if you get like the super cheap, I mean, beans are cheap anyway, but like if you get the super cheap.
Oh, they're going to be really dirty.
Some tree bark.
Yeah, a leaf. sometimes there'll be like a corn. There'll be like a corn kernel in there.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I know. It's strange, isn't it? So anyway, these have been cleaned very well, and so they're just soaking. And I usually let them soak for a couple of hours. I set them out in some warm water, let them soak for a couple hours, and just keep adding water to them until I know that they're all soaked up. So what we're going to do is start our pan. I'm just going to show you how to do it. This is a pretty big ham. Now, I really like to use a butt, but this is a shank. This was all Walmart had. And this is a Frick's ham. I love Frick's ham. It's a little pricey.
Not really, considering, I mean, this was $24 and you got like, what, 39 cents? Well, we buy the big bag, so it's cheaper, but I think a bag of beans is like $2 or $3.
Yeah. So
overall, you're for the meal, right? And you're gonna have leftovers. This will feed a
lot of people because this is a big ham. You probably don't want to get a ham this big if you just have, but these beans will freeze really good. So that's another thought. If you want to do a great big pan of them and just put them in Ziplocs and freeze them, then you'll have them, pop them out, and cook them up.
For me, lasagna, spaghetti, chili, beans is always better when it marinates in the fridge overnight, leftovers the next day. It gets a little thicker and it turns more into like a gravy.
Now I'm going to use my huge...
What's going on with this thing? Is this a seasoning deal?
No, it's a thing that...
I love ham, but I can't do that sugar.
No, it's not. It's
brown sugar
It's just a plain
glazing.
old ham. Okay, so I'm going to use my humongous slow cooker, slow roaster. You don't have to use it this big, but this is an idea for you to make a whole bunch at a time and then just put it in Ziploc, big gallon Ziploc freezer bags, and then you just have it. So
Now, for the layman, this is just a big crock pot, right?
yes, this is a big crock pot. It's a big slow cooker. I have
It's
it back
the
here.
BAC, the big old crock pot. And this is the one that's not, that
Excuse me.
did not get dropped and thrown away today. That was the other one.
Yeah, we did have one that bit
Yeah.
the dust today, thanks to
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Well, that's one less dish to wash.
Okay, good way to look at it. All right, so I'm going to put our beans in, so if you'll pick that up and put it in here for me.
Water and all?
Yep, water and all, because they're already clean. I cleaned them, rinsed them several times, so we'll go ahead and put our beans in. Thank you. All right, now, let me get some scissors, and you can cut this ham. Now, I just take my ham and I rinse this package off in the sink, and then I'm going to hold it over here because all of this juice will come out in here, and you don't want it all over the counter. So I usually hold it right over the beans.
The whole thing.
Yep, and then the Frick's hams will have a little plastic thing stuck right in the bone, and you just take that out and put it in there. See, that's just like a little packaging thing. It's not seasoning or anything.
You know, because you get some of those ham, and it's got that sweet, and I don't understand the whole, I like ham that just tastes like ham, not
I'm going to put it
dessert.
just like this. I'm going to put it face down in here, just like that. And then I'm going to put some more water on the top. Put lots of water because as they cook, of course, they're going to keep soaking up the water.
That smells good.
That's a good ham, yeah. So we just add some water here. Now, behind you, would you get some, what in the world? Get some salt, Tony's, and some pepper. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Tony Satcheries in here.
Oh, this stuff's good on anything.
So cover it up with water really good,
Little seasoning.
because your beans are going to keep absorbing. You can let them sit for quite a while and make sure they're all absorbed.
You know how you know this is good on everything? It literally says right on the front, great on everything.
Right? Okay. So this is just, you're just going to
That's the
Satchery all
That's the
around.
secret.
Couldn't tell you how much. Same thing with the pepper. We like to use coarse black pepper just all around.
Of course.
And this is kosher salt.
What about the main ingredient?
Yes, main ingredient. Nope. Get
Nope.
that out of, excuse me, the pepper got to me. Can you get me some butter out of there?
I'm gonna start sneezing now.
I know, right? Woo! There should be like a whole thing of butter.
Yeah.
Okay, let me find it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Here we go.
Oh,
Okay, so what we're gonna do
Well
is a whole pound of butter. So we're gonna do 4 sticks of butter. And that's the secret ingredient, is gonna be your butter. So go ahead and put that in. So we're gonna put,
real butter.
here, let me help you out. Yes, real butter. Mine usually come in big blocks, a whole pound up at the restaurant. So there we go. Make sure you get all the paper off. And so anyway, what I was saying was this was what started it all. I made a pot of beans, cornbread, fried potatoes for my friend Sue and her husband have a trucking company. And let me get that paper off of there. So they needed lunch one day for all of their workers. And I said, hey, I'll bring some lunch out for everybody. She said she'd pay me to do that. So I took it out, and oh my gosh, that's where it all began.
That's where it all began.
We started
selling
cooking.
lunches out of the back of that Navigator.
Yeah, we started taking lunches all around town to the teachers and to the businesses. We're ordering lunches. We'd have beans and cornbread and lasagna. But anyway, this was the meal that started it all. So let me see if I can show you this. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'd like for you to be able to see it, but I can carry it over there and show you. You've got all your butter and all of your sauce, your pepper, salt, Tony's, and your ham and your beans. Okay, so we're gonna put it in the slow cooker. Can you drop it in there?
Yep.
You're gonna put it in your slow cooker and you're gonna turn it on. I usually cook mine overnight. Turn it on to 300, 250 or 300, about 300, and you're gonna cook it all night long. When you get done with it, then you're going to dig out.
Plug it in too,
yeah.
Right?
I've done that before. I've turned beans on. I've said we're having beans the next day and went back to the restaurant and haven't plugged it in. It's sat all night long and didn't get plugged in. So then you're going to take once it's done, you're going to dig all of your bones out. And what I like to do is I'll just get a big spoon and a pair of scissors, and I'll take the spoon and I'll lift up my ham and I'll take the scissors and I'll just chop that ham up and all through the beans. And just chop it up all through the beans. Take all your bones out, mix it up really good, and then you'll have your beans. And so we'll have beans, cornbread, and fried potatoes, which I do have some. I'll show you. I like to use Krusty's cornbread mix. This is my favorite. Now, a lot of people don't like sweet cornbread, but I do. So this is the brand of cornbread that I like to use here at the restaurant. Sometimes I throw a little bit of jalapenos in there, but that's what we like to do here. And I have some already. I'll show you what these look like.
Holy cow.
I just warmed some up because we made some yesterday and we had them for supper. So I'm just going to show you how good that looks. Here's your Krusty's cornbread, and look at these beans. I just want to show you. I mean, they're just full of ham. So it is a meal, and everybody loves these. The secret ingredient is the love and the butter. And then we've got your fried potatoes. Of course, I like greens with mine too, but there you go. Your beans and cornbread. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? Yummy. So everybody will love these. Greg had a coworker that loved these beans and asked me how to make them. And I kept telling him how I made them. He said, my beans don't taste like your beans. So finally I said, well, do you lick the spoon and put it back in? And he goes,
somewhere we have a sign that says made with love, and that means I licked the spoon and kept stirring.
Yeah. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make our pineapple upside down cake. And this is how I make mine. Let me get this.
I'm supposed to mix this up?
Yeah, it's already ready. Just follow the directions on your pineapple upside down. I usually get this, the Perfectly Pineapple Supreme, Duncan Hines. You can use a plain white yellow cake mix, but this is my favorite one to use. So I get that one. Just make it according to what the directions say. And let me warm this butter up.
I test drove a couple of these cherries and they are good.
You're going to use a half a stick of butter, and you're going to use just a regular cake pan. Some crushed pineapple. I always get the crushed. Well, good night.
There you go. Let's trade jobs.
Okay. So I've already made this.
Kind of cheap piece of...
Here, use that. So much for the Papa Top. All right. So I just did it like the directions say. You can use oil, but it says to use vegetable oil. I always use butter in mine. So we just mix this cake mix up just like according to the directions. And then I usually take the
Yeah,
you got
good
it?
luck with that. Let me get another tool.
I take the juice off of this and kind of pour it down in my... Okay, try to get that open if you can. I do, whoops, got a little bitty piece of something in there. Let me dig that out.
This is a piece of something. You want juice in here?
Yeah, go ahead. Pour it in there. Yeah. All right, now, I don't know what that is in there. Did it come off the can?
Yeah.
I bet it did. Okay.
Probably some of that Chinese lead paint came off the top of this can.
Oh, yeah, we'll be all right then.
No big deal.
There, a little piece of something. Let me get that. Good night. Let me just, can you?
Yeah. You got another one?
We're going to have to do it again. Let's try.
I don't know.
Try it again.
I saw something where you're supposed to use this
Okay, try it
the
again.
other way.
Just pop this off, please, for me. Okay, so I've got a half a stick of butter melted.
Look at that.
Half a stick of butter melted. I'm going to pour it into the bottom of my pan.
Why can't you
Just
be more
like
like
that.
your little brother?
And then we're going to get some brown sugar. We're going to do a cup of brown sugar. I know that sounds like a lot. If you don't want that much brown sugar, you don't have to use that much. But that's what I like
Well, I
to
can
do.
eat this right out of a can.
So you're gonna do a cup of brown sugar, and then you're gonna put your crushed pineapples in here. Let me show you what this looks like. There we go. Now, you're just gonna stir this up really good, get it mixed in really good, okay? Can you do that for me?
I can do anything.
Yes.
Except open a can of pineapples.
Right? Oh well, you win
And
some,
it's
you
knocked
lose
off the
some.
floor.
Okay.
Now, if it was a can of Spam, I'd done had that thing open.
Okay, I've got this mixed up really good. And you're gonna set your oven at 350. Let me put this in the sink. And let me
Oh,
find,
this smells so good.
it's gonna be
Everything
delicious.
smells good. I must be hungry.
Probably are. All right, you got that mixed up really good. Now you're just gonna spread it around in the bottom of your pan and just make it even. In the bottom, there you go. Now, I have some maraschino cherries. I've already got some out and drained them in this bowl right here. All right.
I ate a couple of them, so the count may be a little off.
And then you're just gonna put them all down in the bottom of your pan. Just random.
Now, some people use the rings, right? Or
Yes, I don't use the, oh, there's a stem on that one. Let me get that off. There we go.
not so great value, huh?
Right.
You should have bought that $18 jar of them.
All right, let me see that, please. All right, so now we're gonna put your cherries right there like that, just form them, and then you're gonna take your cake mix and you're just gonna pour it right over the top, just evenly all over. Just like that. You got your oven at 350, and this is gonna bake. It bakes in my oven. I know it sounds like a long time, but it's gonna bake for about 45 minutes to an hour. You just kind of have to keep watching it because of all of this liquid. You just have to keep watching it and then wait until it's firm. And when it's firm and then you stick your knife or your toothpick in, then you're gonna get it out. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. Let me, hold on just a minute. Show you what I do. So I'll take another pan, get my cake out. Here we go. As soon as it's golden brown, firm to the touch, just got this cooking. I take this pan, now you can take it and dump it onto, you know, a cookie sheet or something like that, but I usually take another pan because I'm gonna take this to somebody and then I'm gonna flip it just like that. Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Oh, that smells good.
Oh my goodness.
I bet I know who's going to enjoy this.
This is Dwight's favorite cake.
Yep.
So we'll take him some of this.
That's got his name
And
written
some
all
beans
over
and
it.
Cornbread. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is going to be one of the best cakes you have ever eaten. So the best beans you've ever put in your mouth and the best pineapple upside down cake. Doesn't that sound good for supper? So make you some, make a whole bunch, give it away. Trust me, everybody will love these beans. Even people who don't like beans say, those are the best beans I've ever had. So give it a try. And you want to try some of this? Let me get you.
Kind of had my eye on them beans, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me get a little spatula.
That looks good.
Anyway, let me tell you about what's going on here in Branson. So right now, it's a little bit slow. Everything's kind of shut down for the season, but we're getting ready to open up on the 19th here at Local Flavor, and everything else, all the chains are open, the chain restaurants.
Yep.
February, the Hay Goods will be having some shows, and then February 29th, Dixie Stampede, whatever it is, Dolly Stampede.
The regular Stampede.
They're having their first show, but then about March 8th, everything is going to be full tilt. So we would love for you to come and see us here at Local Flavor.
Now, for me, if you just want to get away, maybe you and the wife or the husband.
Yeah, this is a good time to get away.
It's a great time because you can still get fed here.
Yeah.
There's still places to eat, but there's nobody here. There's no.
Look at that. See how thick that is? You've got all of that pineapple, brown sugar, butter, and cherries. Oh my goodness, this is so good. So
the Tanger Mall is still open. The landing.
I'm sorry, I'm a little stopped up right now, so.
But it's a good time to be on vacation. There's no lines.
Yeah,
there's no
you
crowd.
can drive 45 miles an hour down down the strip.
Unless there's a patch of ice.
This is good. So anyway, love to have you here at Local Flavor. Please follow us. I know it's been a minute since we've made a video, but we've been so busy.
We're back. Going to start making more videos.
Yeah, we've got some special guests coming. We've got several people that are going to, I know I keep saying that, but man, we have been, you don't even know how busy we've been. And we've been so tired that we haven't been able to do these videos. So we're going to try to get caught up while we have our little time off. So we've got some people lined up to come and see us. So anyway, well, I've got Barbara Fairchild is going to come, and Josh from Josh and Them down at the radio station here at 106.3. Carrie Garrison's going to come and cook with me. I can't think of everybody right off the top of my head, but Clay Cooper. Oh, Paul Harris.
Yes.
Paul Harris is coming to cook with me this spring when he comes back to Branson. If you have not seen Paul Harris,
the Cleverleys, that was an awesome show.
Look them up. Cleverleys. The Cleverleys. Look them up on YouTube. It's hilarious.
It is unique.
He is so funny, and he's going to come and cook with me. So we've just got a lot of people coming. So now that we have a little downtime and a little slow, maybe we'll get back to it. But we really enjoy doing this. We appreciate it, and we will think of some more recipes. If you can think of some, let us know.
Yeah, being busy is a good problem to have.
Oh, yeah. We've just been busy, and I'll be like, no, I'm so tired. And then, yeah, thank you. All right, so we appreciate you, and subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Make some beans.